are at the PhET site at phet.colorado.edu, and you can see we have a lot of different simulation choices. Today we're going to go to All Sims. It gives you all the listing of all that's in there. And we want Moving Man, so let's go to the M for moving. You can scroll down, but it's easier just to skip down there. And Moving Man is at the bottom of the M's. Once you hit that, it's going to take you to this one. You do want to run now. You don't need to download it. But once you hit it, it is going to take about a minute to come up. So be patient. It will come. For our purposes right now, we're going to go ahead and use the one that's already set up. When you first come onto the site, this is what it's going to look like. We want to be able to use the graphs. So we're going to go up to the top here where it says Charts and click. It'll take us to so we can see all the different kinds of graphs we can make. You can do position graphs, velocity graphs, acceleration graphs. If you only want to look at one graph at a time, you go to the side here and click the red button, and that graph will disappear. Click another one, so we're down to just position, and you can start learning a little bit of how to move our man on this one. So you can actually grab a hold of him and make him go. And the graph will show you what he's doing in regards to his position to 0. He goes to the negative and he goes into the positive directions. You can keep going like this as long as you want. The seconds will keep running even if he is stopped. So now that we're done moving him, go to the bottom and click Stop. You can look at the graph now and decide what he did. He started at the 0 and walked and went both directions. You can do at this point a playback, so you can see exactly what he's already done. And go ahead and start our playback. Hit play. And he'll actually repeat exactly what you had him do. If you want to stop, hit stop and it'll show you exactly where he is at that location on the graph. You can also grab a hold of that line and move it in different directions, so if you want to see a different spot or different location. There's another way. Okay, once we've done that, let's clear our graph. We have him close to 0. You can go on the side here and move his position as well. So you can grab this and change his location to wherever you'd like to start him when you start your graph. Or you have the choice up here to exactly put in what position you want. Remember, you're going from negative 10 meters to positive 10 meters. These walls down here, if he hits it, he does stop. And you kind of know that you hit. Just to let you know what it's like. There you go. He hits. So you know you can't go any further than that. That actually will help you reading some of your graphs. We'll clear this again. And at this point, if you want to add back in a graph, you go down here to the side. If I want to add velocity back in, I click the green arrow, the green box down here. Now I have 2 graphs. Whatever motion I have him do, it'll show up in both graphs. You can go back and forth between any of them. Once you have one marked with a graph, you can click and you'll get the other graph showing the exact same thing. So at this point I can have all 3 graphs back open, and then I can have him move once again. He's downstairs. Bathroom. Okay, there we go. So you can see how both of them go at the exact same time. Now we stop, and you can start reading your graph, seeing what he did. Here he is moving. Here's what it looks like here. For your own safety, for your own sake today, when you're doing it, make sure it's simple moves so you can start interpreting the graph. So let's clear it out. Maybe you want to accelerate on this one at around 30 meters per second squared and start him going, and you'll see how the different graphs go until he runs into the wall. Then stop it, and you can see how those all interpret together. Okay, your job today is you're going to be playing with each of the graphs. Start with one as my suggestion and see how they actually moves. Then add another graph in and see what the relationship between those two are. Then change to two other ones and find out what those relationships are. Remember, the goal of our lesson today and our trials is to be able to read the graph, figure out what the position is, what happened with the velocity, and how the acceleration changes according to what the graph shows.